Hey gamers, Game with Melko here, bringing you another Clash Royale video. Now this is going to be a double Elixir challenge video. And I'll tell you something guys, we have found the perfect deck for the double Elixir challenge. That's right guys, I am not joking, we have found the perfect deck. Now we did battle with this deck, but the reason for that was just overconfidence and playing it a bit daft. But I've been using this deck in Legendary Arena and in normal challenges for a while, and it is simply amazing. And now we are 5-0 on the double Elixir challenge, and you just overwhelm your opponents. So guys, let's have a look at the deck. So that's right guys, it's the Hog Rider combined with the Ice Golem. This deck is absolutely fantastic because of the low elixir cost, and the double elixir is like overtime over and over again, and you just overwhelm your opponents. They just can't stop this attack. So guys, the deck consists of the Hog Rider, the Ice Golem, the Archers, the Mega Minion, the Ice Spirits, and then on top of that you have the Mega Minion, the Fireball, the Zap Spell, the Ice Spirit, which I think I've already said, and the Inferno Tower. Normally I do it in order, for some reason I did it this time, and I probably said two of those cards twice, but oh well. So let's have a look at how this deck actually has been performing. I'll tell you something guys, it's been performing sensationally well against a multitude of different decks here. We have everything from the Lava Hound, to the Mini P.E.K.K.A, to the P.E.K.K.A, to a Hog Rider deck, very similar to the deck that I've actually been using myself. Though ours is obviously slightly different and was victorious, to Giants, to 3 Musketeer decks. That's how good this deck is. It's so good it can take on all other types of decks and come away victorious. So we're going to watch this first one here and see how it actually does. So guys, as you can see, the double elixir is so good. It's so fun. Oh, I'm loving this challenge. So as you can see, we do have the Ice Golem and the Hog Rider there, and the whole point is just to push as fast as you can when you know it. So as you can see, our opponent drops the Lava Hound, that's it. We have the Ice Golem, we have the Hog Rider, we have the Mega Minion, and there we go. They are both going in on that tower. So as you can see, that first tower, boom, has gone just like that, giving us a 1 tower lead. Now I then drop down my Inferno for a bit of defense and the Archers as well. And as you can see, we dropped that Ice Spirit there just to help out. We're going to utilise that Zap Spell just to slow all these troops down here as well. So as you can see guys, that was defended very easily, dropping those troops down there, just a bit of a distraction. But as you can see, we've got their crown down to 2900, and our obviously second tower, our first tower is only at 16. So in goes the Hog Rider and the Mega Minions and the Archers, followed by that Ice Spirit. So as you can see, we're starting to go to work on this second tower. We take down our opponent's Mega Minion nearly, but we get that crown tower down to 954 there. We're going to drop our own Ice Golem in the back and start a little push here. We are going to obviously use the Mega Minion to take out that Princess, and then we're going to drop our Hog Rider as well. We're going to drop down the Archers to take out that Inferno Dragon. And as you can see, the Hog Rider gets to that tower very easily. Gets it down to 400 HP. We're not too worried here about this these flying troops here, but there we go. As you can see guys, we've got that tower down to 286. Utilising that Zap Spell, we have the Inferno Tower and the Fireball on hand here to take out these troops. There we go. Down goes our Fire Spirit there. We're going to lose this 1 tower potentially, but I'm not too worried about that because we've got that second tower down to 22 HP. So now we have 2 Mega Minions on the field. There we go. And they are going to go straight for that tower. We drop the Hog Rider down. Obviously the Princesses are going to try and stop it, but no, that tower goes down. Our Archers go down to take down that second Princess. And as you can see guys, at this point we're level pegging for HP, but our opponent then decides to drop another Lava Hound down. That Inferno Tower is there to put paid to that. As soon as our elixir builds up, we are going to drop that Ice Golem, we're going to drop the Mega Minion, we're going to drop the Hog Rider, we're going to drop the Archers here, and then we're going to drop the Ice Spirit. And as you can see guys, we are just overwhelming our opponent here with troops. I'm not too worried, and there we go for a 3-1 victory. Our opponent didn't stand a chance, we just piled on the pressure. Boom, just like that. So let's have a look at a very tricky battle here against the Giant and the Valkyrie here. This was quite an interesting one because the opponent had a lot of splash damage. which is quite good at taking out a lot of our troops. So it's just a matter of picking away bit by bit at the towers. So as you can see, wait to build up our elixirs, wait to see what our opponent does. Now our opponent is going to drop his giant in the back. As soon as he drops that, we're going to start our push down the opposite side. We get the ice golem down, we get the hog rider down, we get that mega minion down, the ice spirit goes down as well. Now as you can see, as soon as the ice golem blows up, he takes those troops. Obviously I did have that zap spell on standby as well, but we're going to take that first tower just like that. We then obviously drop down the Inferno Tower. Unfortunately, our opponent does play that very well on offense, doing some serious damage to our tower as well. So at this point, we've got 2 Mega Minions going down the left and an Ice Golem down around the route. We drop our Hog Rider in support, followed by those Archers. Our opponent then decides to drop his Witch, and I don't have my Fireball up, I'm afraid. So we are going to zap that, and we're just going to start to do a bit of damage to that second tower, get it down to 910. But as you can see, because that our opponent is having a good push down this right-hand side. Now we're going to utilise the Fireball here to take out as many of those troops as physically possible. But unfortunately our opponent is playing well using that Goblin Barrel, combining with the Giant and the Witch. So they do take that first tower. Our opponent then fires our Crown Tower as well. So I'm going to drop my Archers down to take out that Princess. Unfortunately at the same time our opponent does drop down the Valkyrie. So the Mega Minion does take that Valkyrie out and then gets pulled over to the far side here. So we are going to obviously hold off here, we're going to zap that Witch, and then we're going to get down this Inferno Tower just on a bit of defense at this moment in time. Then we're going to start our push on this opposite side. So we drop down the Ice Spirit there, unfortunately it gets taken out too quick, that's my own fault. So we're just playing defense here, dropping down the troops to try and obviously slow down the Giant. There we go, so we've got the Mega Minion, and on the opposite side of the field we're going in with our Hog Rider and our Ice Spirit on that tower, getting it down to 48 HP. So at this point guys, we are losing, but I'm not too concerned. We have the zap spell here to take out these troops, there we go. And also we've got a good push going down as well. So we drop down the Goblins here, we drop down the Mega Minion to take out those Goblins. We set the Hog Rider down on that far side as well. So at this point guys, I utilise the Fireball to take out that tower so we can concentrate our push on the tower. So the Hog Rider gets through and just gets one hit off. At this point we are slightly in the lead. Our opponent does drop the Giant, but I'm not concerned now because I dropped that Inferno Tower. We drop our Archers, we have that Ice Golem in going in, and we have a solid victory. There we go. Whew. With our opponent getting troops onto our tower. He thought he had a win, so he continued to push, but I knew I had just enough time to get my attacks in for the victory. Now we're just going to look at one more. Now this obviously opponent played this very well because he does have lower level troops with the level 6 3 Musketeers and the Fireball. But how the opponent played this was interesting, and it only meant I got a 1-0 victory. But it was all about chipping away at the tower because his troops seemed to counter this deck quite well. But even doing that, we were still able to come away with a solid victory. Oh, not a solid victory, but a 1-0 victory. Not the best starting hand here either, so we're just going to drop the Ice Golem. Now we're going to drop down the Hog Rider and then the Archers, and then we're going to have the Fireball on standby to take out those Barbarians, allowing the Hog Rider and those Archers to do a bit of damage to that tower. Obviously the Wizard goes down and slows that down, but we still managed to get that tower down to about 1000 HP. I do drop down the Inferno Tower, and at this point our opponent drops down those 3 Musketeers, so it's all a matter now of slowing them down. Zap spell, followed by that Ice Golem, and then the Fireball to finish them off. Obviously a bit of wasted elixir there, that's just one of those things. Second Inferno Tower is going to go down to defend this Giant. Poor placement there from me. Archers go down to take out that Mega Minion. There we go. So overall we're still looking quite good. Now what we're going to do is continue to chip away on this right hand tower. Drop the Ice Golem. As you can see, unfortunately our opponent's using those Barbarians to mean I'm having to Fireball them so we can get down his 3 Musketeers, which does work very well. But I've got enough troops as distractions to obviously slow those down. Down goes the Inferno. We're going to drop down the Ice Spirit. We're going to drop down the Archers to slow those down. Then we get the Ice Golem down as well. There we go. So at this point, we're utilising that Fireball. Probably didn't have to use the Fireball there, but oh well. Our opponent's still getting frustrated. So as soon as that Giant goes down, down goes our Inferno Tower again. and obviously our opponent's now pushing everything like that. We are going to use our own troops here on defense. So we drop down the Mini P.E.K.K.A and the Ice Spirit. There we go. So at this point, guys, again, it's just about defense. Down goes the Ice Golem, down goes the Hog Rider. And again, our opponent uses those Barbarians. Fantastic on defense. We're going to utilize that Fireball there to take some more damage on that tower. Unfortunately, the Hog Rider isn't able to get a hit off on this tower at this point. But as you can see, we are continuing to chip away. Down goes the Inferno, down goes that Ice Spirit and those archers to slow those musketeers down. There we go. Down goes the Ice Golem, and we're going to continue another push onto this tower. Our opponent unfortunately does drop down his own Mega Minion on defense, which means our own Hog Rider is only going to get off 1, maybe 2 hits on this tower. Nope, just the 1, taking it down to 5, 6, 5. Again, Inferno Tower on defense, and Fireball as well. So at this point, we're going to use the Ice Spirit to slow that giant down, and then we're going to concentrate on our own push again. So we get 3 musketeers there, so we've got our archers to try and take those out. We have the Mega Minion, obviously, to take out another, and we're going to worry too much about this last one. There we go. So 565 HP, 10 seconds left. Time for one last push. Hog Rider, Ice Spirit to slow those down. Fireball, good timing there. The Hog Rider, 1 shot, getting it down to 72 HP. All we need is that Zap spell. Boom, down to 4. Just waiting on that Fireball now, so we're just going to play a bit of defense until it goes down, and then just 1 last hit. So here we go, Fireball ready. Boom, there we go. Well played to our opponent there. Getting our tower down to 526, but not enough to stop us taking the victory, chipping away at them all the way for a 1-0 victory. So guys, that is the deck that is fantastic in the Double Elixir Challenge. We have the Hog Rider, the Ice Golem, the Archers, the Fireball, the Inferno Tower, the Mega Minion, the Ice Spirit, and the Zap Spell. So guys, if you want to participate in the Double Elixir Challenge, you still have 2 days and 16 hours. As I was recording this, by the time this video gets up, there'll probably be around about 2 days and 2 hours left. Don't remember, guys, get those attacks in. This deck is simply fantastic for the Double Elixir Challenge, guys. It counters so many decks. So, guys, that's it from me. If you like what you see, comment below, let me know. If you've not subscribed, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you gamers next time. Take care.